Hi everyone, this is Darcy from the Welty Environmental Center. I'd like to share with you all how to grow plants from seeds and then eventually transplant them into gardens or pots around your home. Today I wanted to share with you all how to start growing plants from seeds. Now, the materials that you will need today would be seed starting mix or potting soil. So this soil is different from the soil in your backyard. This has a little bit more nutrients in it to help that seed start growing. Then you can also use recyclables. Instead of tossing away, you can use those as planting trays to start out with. Then also, I recommend purchasing seeds of your choice. You can decide if you want to plant vegetables or if you want to plant flowers or other things. Then I recommend getting some plates that might have an edge or a paper plate to help you disperse your seeds much easier in your planting trays. And you'll also need some water to wet your soil and water your seeds once they're planted. You will also need popsicle sticks and markers for making labels for your planting trays. You'll want to add water to your potting soil to wet it a little bit and then mix. You want your soil consistency to be able to pick it up and clump it together and hold together. If it's too dry, it'll crumble apart. Then you're going to add your soil to your potting trays or containers. Now you kind of want to sprinkle the soil on without packing it down. So you can kind of spread it out gently. And what you can also do is instead of packing it down is gently tap your tray so that the soil settles further into the tray without packing it down too tight. Alright, time to add seeds. We're planting cone flowers. Usually on the seed packets, it'll show you what seed depth that you should plant them on or at. Now I poured the seeds out onto my plate to help me with dispersing them into the planting tray. So I'm going to take each seed and I'm going to gently drop each one into kind of our square in the carton here. And I would just set it right on top. For right now, you don't have to worry about making a hole into the soil because these seeds are small enough that you don't have to worry about putting them too deep into the soil. Now, if there are a lot of seeds that come in your seed packet, depending on what type of plant seeds you purchase, you can sort of disperse them generously throughout the tray or the planting area. Because eventually we're going to take them out of here once they start germinating and growing and moving them to a bigger pot. And so now these ones only require 1/8 of an inch. So instead of measuring that out, I'm just going to put a light layer of dry topsoil on that and spreading that over. Just enough to cover the seeds. Now you'll want to water your newly planted seeds. I'd recommend using a spray bottle if you have one, because this way it allows you to evenly water all of your seeds. If you use water from maybe your faucet or from a cup, this will disturb the soil as well as disturb the seeds. So using popsicle sticks and a Sharpie, you can write labels on to label what you're planting in your seed trays. So I'm going to cut this one in half since we're using an egg carton that's not very deep. And I'm going to write coneflower, green twister on my popsicle stick. And then I'm going to stick it into the soil here so that we're able to know what it is. You can then cover the planting trays with saran wrap to trap moisture into the soil. But if soil is dry, continue to evenly water with a spray bottle. So now that we have our seeds in these trays, you want to wait about 2 to 4 weeks for these seeds to start developing their true leaves after germinating or starting to grow. Then you'd want to transfer them into a bigger container to provide them more space as well as more room for the roots to start developing. Now with a container like this though, you want to make sure that there's holes in the bottom so that there's water drainage and aeration that can reach the roots and in the soil. After about 6 to 8 weeks after planting these seeds, you're able to transplant them into your garden or into pots that you are able to place around your home or on your porch. For gardens, you want to make sure that you plant your seeds or plants after frost-free days have occurred. Thanks for joining me today on how to grow plants from seeds to eventually plant them and grow them in your garden or in a pot at your home. Happy planting!